This video is going to be on how to assemble a 48-inch rolling garment rack. It is the Trinity bronze 48-inch garment rack that Costco sells for about 99 bucks. So I'm looking in the box right now. I don't really have any room to put this together. Probably going to be a long video, maybe 10-15 minutes, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this thing. You're going to need probably 2 people to do this. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. There are not a lot of pieces in here. Trinity wants you to install an app on your cell phone, which is ridiculous. To have to install an app to find out how to put this thing together. Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely bronze. So what we have here is... Oh, nope, that was the package. That wasn't me. So what you've got here, let me show it to you. You got 4 rods that go from the top to the bottom. You have 4 wheels. You have a bottom shelf. You have a middle shelf, which I think you can put anywhere, and then you have the top shelf, which I don't know if you can put that anywhere. You probably can. So we're looking in here. We've got 4 wheels. Wheels. We've got the racks. We've got... I don't know what the heck these things are. What are these little rods here? I have no clue. Oh, they go across here. Is that it? I don't know. I have no idea. We're going to put this thing together. We got the owner's manual. Got a lot of instructions over here. Now I'm going through it really fast. I'm going to show you how to put this whole thing together. But what I'm going to do... So, maybe you need to pause the video to see what I just scanned through really fast. My goal right now is I'm going to get all of the stuff out of the box. As I said, you probably will need 2 people to do this. I'm by myself, so somehow I'm going to put this together. Probably not today. But the racks aren't that heavy if they're by themselves. You can find a place to stand them up against the wall or something. Don't mar it. And, okay, so we got 4 rods there. Looks like we've got some rods over here. Okay, so I see what's going on. These rods, remember I was saying, why do we have some small rods? It appears that, I'm guessing that the rods over here and the rods over here are going to connect together to give us the full height. And we've got our 1, 2, we've got our 3 racks in the box. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wheels. And I think that's it. So your first step is find a big area, get all of the stuff out of the box like I'm going to do. And support my channel if you want to. I don't care if you subscribe or do a like. I don't care about any of that stuff. Just trying to help people out and give back to the world. We'll continue this tomorrow. So, what we have here in this package are spacers and like some turn knobs or something. We've got 4 wheels, 2 in a package. I don't know why. Well, 2 of the wheels are just regular wheels, and 2 of them, you can see over here, have locking pieces to stop this thing from rolling. There's the locking piece. And we also have a wrench that comes with this. We have 4 caps. I don't know where they're going to go. Obviously on the end of something. What else do we have? This is what I was a little upset about. These plastic things, I was wondering, why are they flopping around all over the box? You don't even need them. Throw them out. They are just used as spacers for packaging, but you do not need them. What else do we have going here? I took these out of the box. I just took them all out of the box. They were separated, but I just threw them on the floor. I didn't throw them, but I put them on the floor. But they were separated. There are 4 top rods and 4 bottom rods. Let me try to get this here. So we can see over here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got threads on there. Obviously, that is going to screw into the other 4 poles. We've got nothing over here. What we have is we have dust caps, end caps, that I believe are in the package. So that, I think they're supposed to be already assembled, or already put in there. So, let me take that back. Let's look over here. You can see we've got this rod over here. So I don't have the lighting really good now, but we've got 4 rods that have a screw thread. Casters are going to go in those. So I don't have good lighting, I'll get it later, but we have 4 rods that have a threaded piece in the center. That is where the wheels are going to screw into. And as I said, it comes with a wrench. You are definitely going to want to hand thread them, make sure you don't cross thread, and then use the wrench to tighten the wheels down. So that's going to be the bottom. We're going to have 4 of those. And then you can see we've got this threaded piece, so we're going to have 4 of these that are going to screw into the other 4 poles. And on the top of these we should have rubber caps, rubber end caps, and those are going to be on the top. So, and then you've got, so that's 4 bottom, 4 top, and then we've got a 9th pole, which is going to be, I believe that is the cross pole. So we'll get this all together in a minute. I don't really have a lot of space to put this together, as I said, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I wasn't happy in the beginning until I read the instructions. That kind of helps sometimes. And they're really cool. They got an 800 number. They said you can order missing parts on the 800 number or online, either one. Good for the company. So I'm pretty happy right now. All I need to do is put this together. Again, remember, you don't need these things. I was worried that I didn't have enough and they were all over the box. You just need to discard them. And if you're missing parts, don't flip out. You'll be able to get them. Okay, it looks like all of these shelves are the exact same size, and so you don't have to worry about mixing them up or putting them in a certain order. My first step is going to be I'm going to remove the 4 wheels. You get 2 in the package, 2 out of the package. 2 of them have a lock on them, and I believe they want those on the side. They don't want them in the front, and they don't want them in the back. They want them on a side. Let's verify that, and we'll get the poles together, and we will screw them in with the wrench that is in the package. Okay, so remember I said we have 4 that are threaded, and we have 4 that have a thread in the center. So what we're going to do is get this. Is this going to thread? Is that threading? I don't know why it's not threading. Maybe we are on the wrong side. There we go. Look for the pole that has, I don't know if they have numbers on them or letters. They might. But look for the pole that has the thread on the bottom. It's probably got this washer type thing over here. So you want to go slow. You don't want to cross thread anything. And it's very important that you use the wrench that is included to tighten these casters all the way into this rod so that it does not break. So take your time, just go slow, be patient. Okay, so we have threaded that in there. Now let's get that wrench. And the wrench fits right on here. So hold the pole. Looks like it's already pretty tight. I will tighten this again when I'm done. But it appears to be, yeah, it's tight. There you go. Now I'm going to do that to the other 3. It really doesn't matter right now which pole you screw these into, as long as you've got the threaded end. You're going to screw all 4 of these in, and then we will worry about where we're going to position them. But for now, not a big issue. Just tighten this thing. So I'm not going to waste the video time. I'll show you what it looks like when all 4 of them are done. And here we have the 4th one. I think it's easier just to have it on the floor. Make sure it's threaded properly. Hold the wheel. Hold the rod, turn it, and then use the wrench to tighten it down. My 4 wheels mounted, and it's just a regular wheel. These are the wheels with the locks that they are going to want to be on one side. It really doesn't matter if it's on the left or the right, but it's going to have to be on the side. Okay, So, instructions are a little confusing, but it says that if you're going to push this against the wall, keep the 2 casters with the locks in the front, on the front left and the front right. I could be saying that wrong. I will not be held liable if I did, but that's what it seems to be saying. If you're going to push it against the wall, put these on the front. If you are going to be pushing the cart, you want these to be on the side of the cart that you will be pushing around. So, for me, I'm going to put these on the front, on the left and the right. But you're going to need a lot of room. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking your shelf, and you're going to want the corners to be up, and you're going to want the Trinity label to be facing up, and you are going to be inserting, you're going to take the shelf and you're going to put it on its side. It's the only way to do this to be safe. You're going to put the shelf on its side on the floor, and then you're going to push all these poles through the little holes. But what you need to do is, that's what I'm going to do. What you're going to have to do is, there are indentations on this. And there are going to be some clips that are going to be attached. The clip should not go higher than the 3rd indentation. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's for the bottom shelf. Let me get out the clips. So these are the clips. They say top. You can see it says top. They say top. You have to have top and top together. So what's going to happen is you're going to put these around the pole, and you're going to push these together. There's going to be a little gap on the sides. It's not a big issue. For me, you know, you can move this once. It's not going to be easy, but if you need to, you're probably going to need 2 people. You should be able to move the shelf up and then reposition these. But for me, I don't really care. This is definitely fine. I might even do it a little lower because I don't really need a lot of space. So you can even go over here if you want to, because these are just holders that the shelf is going to go right like that and lock in place. So I think for me personally, of course it's me personally, you see there's a little piece over there. That piece is going to go into this indentation. And I'm thinking, why not? I can do, see, look at this. See how it locks in place? If I put it over here, and then I slide it down, listen for the click, it's locked in. You're going to want to make sure top, and then you're going to want to take this and push it together. See, and you're going to have this little gap-o, so it's not a big issue. And it's locked in place right now. So you're going to do that for all 4 of these. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all 4 of these on. There are a lot of these because we have 3 shelves. So we're going to do this for all 3 shelves. 4 of these come in a bag. So you're going to open up one bag. You're going to have 8. 2 for each side and 4 poles. So you're going to have 8 of these. And you're going to clamp them on there. And then we're going to put the shelf on the side. Somehow I'm going to do that for the video. And we'll get the poles in there. Make sure that top is visible and the arrow is facing up. Not towards the wheel, but facing up. So, as I said, I was going to put this. These are 1 inch, so this is 1 inch. This 1 inch thing, 2 inch, or 3 inch. Do not put it higher than 3 inches, and make sure that all of these are, where's the top? Make sure that all of these are at the exact same spacing on each pole. So you can see they are all lined up. So now the hard part is you've got to take the shelf, and you've got to find a big area where you can do this, and you put the shelf on the side, on its side, and then you're going to slide each one of these poles through the hole in the shelf to get this mounted. I'm in a very small room with a okay, for one side I'm going to be doing this. So this is going to go on the bottom. You can see how it's going to push in there. We're going to push it down later. Ooh, did it slide? I don't know. That definitely slid. You don't want that. Lock it in place. Put the rack on. There we go. Now we're fine. You see what happened? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other side. Okay, so we're still on the same side, but now we're going to put this. This is not a locking wheel. Push it through the top. Make sure that this is in place, locked in. Squeeze it together, push it through the hole. There we go. And what will happen is when I stand this up, I will press down on the shelf and it will lock that in place. We're going to go with no locking wheel. I'm going to squeeze the plastic together and make sure I don't damage the wall and push it in there. There we go. You can see it's not fully seated, but it will be. Now we'll go to the bottom one. And this one is the locking wheel, which I'm going to put on the front because I'm going to slide this against the wall. So it's kind of rubbing on the carpet. There we go. Raise it up. Squeeze the plastic, push it through, lock it in place. We're done. Now all I have to do is I'm going to stand this up. It's very wide. It's 4 feet wide, and you got to be careful with the poles, but I'm going to stand it up. Oh, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over here, make sure it's seated, which it is. I'm going to come over here, make sure they're both seated, and we are good. So now I'm going to take it back in the room, and I'm going to have to figure out where my second shelf goes. This is the bottom shelf. I'll figure out where the second shelf goes. I'll do the exact same thing with the plastic spacers. But we're not done yet because we still have to connect the top poles to the bottom poles. So here we go. So I'm going to mount my second shelf. Remember I talked about these little indents? I'm going to mount mine 16 spaces, 16 lines down. And you're going to do the same thing on all 4 poles. You're going to put the spacers on there, make sure the arrow is pointing up and top is at the top. And then after I do that, I will pick up the second shelf, the one without the little hooks on the side, and I will mount it on all 4 poles. Make sure that all 4 of these are at the exact same level from the top of the bottom poles. So for me, I went down 16. Be careful because some of the indentations have 2 lines. Like the 15 has 2 lines. The 16 going down has only 1 line. So be careful. Make sure that that little plastic piece inside the clip goes into the indentation. We have it. We've got the bottom shelf. We've got the middle shelf. And now I'm going to be screwing in the top pieces and then mounting everything else. So don't forget, you can always lift these shelves up. You'll need 2 people probably. Hit it up from the bottom, get it off the plastic spacer, reposition them if you need to. This is the top pole. Rubber cap already inserted. Bottom part is threaded. So I'm going to take all 4 of these and screw them into the top of the 4 poles that are already installed. Very careful when you are screwing the top pole to the bottom pole. Don't cross thread, take your time, go slowly and make sure it starts off into the threads properly. This thing is really high. So what you're going to do for the final step is you are going to, almost the final step is we're going to have to put 4 more plastic spacers in one of the gaps, decide how high you want it to be, and then we're going to put the top shelf on. Not going to be easy, but it can be done. This thing is absolutely huge. So far I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy. It's going to take you a while to do it by yourself, but it goes together very well. Let's continue. Here's the hanging rod. We've got threaded pieces on both ends. There are no caps. There are no, it's just threaded pieces. We've got these 2 clips, and we've got these 2 little knobs with threaded screw. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this and put this over the top, on the left and the right, on the top shelf. And then you're going to take the hanging rod and put it between them, and you're going to screw this in there into this hole. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to do this, we've got 2, we've got 2, and we've got 2. So we've got the point that's going downward, that is the center. I'm going to take this clamp, put it over the top bracket, and slide it down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And a little tricky, but you are going to put the screw through the hole and thread it. You're going to have to hold it in the middle. This might be easier done with 2 people. As you can see, I'm having a hard time with this. And then I'm going to go to the other side. I'm not going to be able to show that. Not going to be able to show that. You're going to want to hold the rod and tighten the screw. Honestly, I don't see... The thing that I'm noticing right now is this is going to be kind of awkward because there's not a lot of room for the hanger to go in there between the shelving. And let's see. You one extra package of these, and you're going to need at least 4 of them, 2 for each side. I'm not sure that I really want this. I don't know what it's for. It's got some hooks. I don't know if it's for hanging clothes or ties. When you open the package, if you got a bunch of these little rubber pieces floating around, I had 1 on the unit, 3 in the box. That's where they go. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick wherever you want this to mount on the side. It's just a hook thing. And you're going to do this again, but the thing is these are wider, so you'll be able to slide them over the pole. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I put mine 10 spaces down from my top shelf. And so what you're going to do, again, I don't really know what this is for, but what you're going to do is you're going to take this thing and slide it above, and you're going to lower it down like you did with the shelves. You put it over there, and you just push down. This, people, it is massive. I will say the Trinity knows what they're doing. I had next to no problems putting this together. All the parts are together. Everything was in the package. Kind of wobbled around the way it was shipped, but what an incredible product. Good job there, Trinity. It's the top shelf. I'll be able to hang my hanger. Let me get a hanger. I want to show you what it's going to look like. But you can see all these spacers. If you want to do a little, it's that weird thing. Okay, that's the lamp. If you want to do a mallet to hit on these shelves, you can do that, but you don't really need to. What a wonderful product. It was just like I said, I didn't think I would like this part, and I don't. You kind of run into the shelving because this is a little high up, but I'm happy. For what I paid for this through Costco, I am happy. I could not be happier. Thank you, Trinity, for your design, your packaging, your shipping through Costco, and just an absolutely incredible product that went together very well.